Humble beginnings, the Jesuit Mission. Sao Paulo, a sprawling metropolis, had a humble start. In 1554, Jesuit missionaries founded a small mission. Their goal was simple: convert the indigenous Guarani people. The mission, called Sao Paulo dos Campos de Piratininga, was strategically located. It sat on a plateau between two rivers. Life was hard for these early settlers. They faced disease, isolation, and conflict with the native population. Despite the challenges, the mission survived. The Jesuits, skilled in literacy and organization, established a school. They taught the indigenous people about Christianity. They also learned the local language and customs. This early interaction laid the foundation for the city's unique cultural blend. Sao Paulo remained a modest religious outpost for over 2 centuries. Its future as a global city was yet to be imagined. A rural outpost, Sao Paulo before coffee. For centuries, Sao Paulo remained a sleepy backwater, largely unnoticed by the rest of the world. It was overshadowed by its coastal neighbor, Rio de Janeiro, which was bustling with activity. Rio, with its natural harbor, was Brazil's main port, attracting ships and traders from across the globe. It was the center of trade, politics, and culture, a vibrant hub of colonial life. Sao Paulo, in contrast, was landlocked, isolated from the bustling coastal trade routes. Its economy was based on subsistence agriculture and limited trade, with little to offer the outside world. The city's inhabitants were a mix of Portuguese colonists, indigenous people, and African slaves, creating a unique cultural tapestry. Life in Sao Paulo was slow and provincial, with little change from year to year. The city was a patchwork of dirt roads and colonial buildings, reflecting its modest beginnings. Religious festivals and family celebrations marked the rhythm of life, bringing the community together. Change, when it came slowly to Sao Paulo, often unnoticed at first. The city seemed destined to remain a quiet outpost, far from the centers of power and influence. However, the winds of change were already blowing, hinting at a different future. The discovery of a new commodity, coffee, would soon transform Sao Paulo's destiny, turning it into a bustling metropolis. Black Gold Rush. The coffee boom transforms a city. In the 19th century, coffee became a global commodity, driving economic changes worldwide. Demand soared in Europe and North America, creating a lucrative market for coffee producers. Brazil, with its vast land and ideal climate, was perfectly positioned to capitalize on this demand. Sao Paulo, despite its inland location, had one crucial advantage: fertile soil, known as terra roxa. The terra roxa soil of the state proved ideal for coffee cultivation, leading to bountiful harvests. The city found itself at the heart of a coffee boom, with warehouses overflowing with beans. Investment poured into Sao Paulo, transforming it into a thriving economic center. Coffee barons, the nouveau riches of this black gold rush, built opulent mansions, symbolizing their newfound wealth. They financed railroads to transport their beans to the port, ensuring efficient export. Immigrants from Europe and Asia flocked to Sao Paulo, seeking work on the plantations and contributing to the city's growth. The city exploded in size and wealth, rapidly expanding its infrastructure and urban landscape. The coffee boom transformed Sao Paulo from a sleepy town into a bustling economic hub, forever changing its trajectory. It laid the foundation for the industrial and cultural powerhouse it would become, setting the stage for its future prosperity. The arrival of the Italians, a new flavor in the melting pot. The story of Sao Paulo is incomplete without mentioning the significant influx of Italian immigrants. The coffee boom created a huge demand for labor, transforming the economic landscape of Sao Paulo. Brazil, having abolished slavery in 1888, needed workers to sustain its booming coffee industry. The government encouraged European immigration, offering incentives to attract a new workforce. Italians, fleeing poverty and seeking opportunity, arrived in droves, hoping for a better future. Between 1880 and 1930, over 2 million Italians made Sao Paulo their home, forever changing the city's demographic. They brought their language, food, and customs, enriching the cultural tapestry of Sao Paulo. The Italians left an indelible mark on Sao Paulo's cultural landscape, influencing everything from cuisine to traditions. They brought their love of food, introducing pizza and pasta to the city, which quickly became local favorites. The Italian work ethic and entrepreneurial spirit fueled Sao Paulo's growth, driving its economic development. Many Italians transitioned from coffee plantations to urban businesses, adapting to new opportunities. They opened shops, restaurants, and factories, contributing significantly to Sao Paulo's industrial boom and economic prosperity. The influx of Italians added another layer to Sao Paulo's already diverse population, making it a true melting pot of cultures. Section 5. Beyond coffee, industrialization, and its discontents. The coffee boom, like all booms, eventually subsided. Price fluctuations and global events impacted the market. Sao Paulo, however, was prepared. The city had used its coffee wealth wisely. It invested in infrastructure and diversified its economy. The focus shifted from agriculture to industry. Factories sprang up, producing textiles, shoes, and processed food. Sao Paulo's industrialization attracted more migrants from Brazil's impoverished northeast. They sought a better life in the factories and burgeoning industries. This influx of workers led to the growth of favelas, informal settlements on the city's outskirts. Sao Paulo's rapid industrialization brought both progress and problems. It created jobs and wealth, but also led to social inequality and urban challenges. Section 6. Modern metropolis, Sao Paulo in the 20th century. The 20th century witnessed Sao Paulo's transformation into a modern metropolis. The city's population exploded. Rural migrants and immigrants from across the globe flocked to Sao Paulo. They were drawn by the promise of jobs and opportunity. The city's skyline grew, punctuated by skyscrapers and high-rise buildings. Sao Paulo became a magnet for artists, intellectuals, and entrepreneurs. The city's cultural scene thrived. Theaters, museums, and art galleries flourished. Sao Paulo embraced its multicultural identity. The city became a melting pot of cultures, languages, and cuisines. This vibrant mix contributed to Sao Paulo's unique energy and dynamism. Section 7. Concrete jungle. The challenges of urban sprawl. Sao Paulo's rapid growth came at a price. The city sprawled outwards, consuming surrounding farmland and forests. High-rise buildings replaced green spaces. Traffic congestion became a chronic problem. The city's infrastructure struggled to keep pace with the demands of its growing population. Social inequality became more visible. While the wealthy retreated to luxurious high-rises, the poor crowded into favelas. These communities often lacked basic services like sanitation and healthcare. Sao Paulo's success story was also a story of stark contrasts. The city faced the challenge of balancing its economic growth with the needs of its diverse population. Section 8. A cultural tapestry from samba to street art. Despite its urban challenges, Sao Paulo's cultural spirit thrived. The city became a melting pot of artistic expressions. Samba, Brazil's iconic music and dance, found a home in Sao Paulo. The city's samba schools rivaled those of Rio de Janeiro. Sao Paulo embraced its artistic diversity. World-class museums like the Museu de Arte de Sao Paulo, or MASP, showcased Brazilian and international art. The city became a hub for street art. Colorful murals and graffiti adorned buildings, transforming urban landscapes into open-air galleries. Sao Paulo's cultural vibrancy became a source of pride and a testament to its creative energy. Section 9. Global ambitions. Sao Paulo on the world stage. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, Sao Paulo asserted itself on the global stage. The city became a major player in the global economy. It attracted multinational corporations and hosted international events. Sao Paulo's stock exchange became one of the largest in the world. The city hosted major sporting events, including the FIFA World Cup and the Formula One Brazilian Grand Prix. Sao Paulo's international profile grew, attracting tourists, investors, and skilled workers from around the world. Section 10. A city of contrasts, wealth and poverty in Sao Paulo. Despite its economic success, Sao Paulo remained a city of stark contrasts. Extreme wealth existed alongside grinding poverty. The city's favelas grew, housing millions of people living in precarious conditions. Social inequality remained a pressing issue. Access to quality education, healthcare, and housing varied greatly depending on income and location. Sao Paulo's success story was also a story of social challenges. The city faced the ongoing task of addressing these disparities and creating a more equitable society. Section 11. Looking ahead, the future of Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo, a city of constant reinvention, looks to the future with both challenges and opportunities. The city continues to grapple with issues of urban sprawl, social inequality, and environmental sustainability. Yet, Sao Paulo's vibrant culture, entrepreneurial spirit, and global outlook give reason for optimism. The city remains a magnet for talent and investment. Its diverse population is a source of creativity and innovation. Sao Paulo, a city built on resilience and reinvention, continues to evolve. Its future remains unwritten, a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive in the face of constant change.